Well, hey family, this is Darlene. Wanted to thank you for stopping by the Jury by BDK YouTube channel. I know you didn't come here for a sermon. So here's the video, and we'll talk soon.
Well, hey family, happy Wednesday. This is Darlene. Let's make some cow print bracelets. I need to get an order out for some cow print bracelets. So I figure I would just go ahead and turn the camera on and just go ahead and start making them. And these are just going to be different cow print. They're not going to be the same. And I'm going to be making 20 of them, not on camera, but I'm going to make 20 of the cow print bracelets. And they will be different. They may look the same, but they will be different. One might have a different charm than the other one. They might have the same charms. I don't know yet. It just depends on, what happens as I create. So I'm going to go ahead, and this is how this is going to start out looking. And the people want matte. So she don't want, how I put that the sealing on it, that glaze finish. She don't want that. She want these to be matte, unpainted like this. And I kind of like them like that too. It just depends on the paint job. And then we're going to use a couple of these glass beads. I think I got these beads at Michael's. No, Joann's. I've had these for a while too. And some beads you buy, you just can't figure out what you're going to do with them. And then you find yourself just with them. Okay, so I do like that, the way that that looks. And then I think we're just going to start adding the cow print beads on here. And then this will be our first bracelet. And after my conversation with the customer, she just wants them, like how I make them, whatever I make, just as long as it's the cow print. And I really like the way these beads came out, hand painted. And as you know, bracelets are real easy and simple to make. And that's already pretty, just like that. And then I'm looking to see if I like it with these beads right here. And I think I do. They blend in pretty good. So I put one more bead on here. Oh yeah, I like that. That's really nice. And hopefully you can see that. Sometimes it's like the camera, like it don't pick up as good as like it should. There are some days I could videotape and my video will come out like really clear and real nice. And then there are days it looks like it'll be dark and it's not real clear and that kind of stuff. And I'm like, what in the world? But I think what I have to do is, as I record on it, I have to move the files to my external drive over here and then delete everything off of this device. And then that helps it to record nice and clear. So I'm thinking that's what I need to be doing. All right, so we're just gonna go ahead and tie this on. And then what you guys are going to probably be seeing on here quite a bit, there are new subscribers to the channel like every single day, like every day. And thank you guys for subscribing, for hitting the bell, for hitting like and commenting and all that good stuff. And there are new people that may not have seen videos from 6 months ago or like a year ago or even like maybe 2 years ago or even just 2 weeks ago, right? So what I'm doing is I'm putting all those, not all those videos, but at least 3 and 4 videos together to make it longer content, and then re-uploading it. And then that way the people that may not have seen videos from a month ago, 2 months ago, 6 months ago, a year ago, it gives them the opportunity to actually see those videos, but in longer form. Instead of watching one from a year ago or two from 6 months ago, they're able to see like maybe three or four videos in one setting. Which makes sense for me. I mean, I think you guys know I do a lot of little workshops and trainings and all that kind of stuff, and just kind of picking up some different ideas because I thought about that. This is really pretty. I like this, so this is going to be one. I mean, I thought about that. I was like, yeah, because when I am a new subscriber, I really don't go back and look at all the videos. Like I just like I'll look at some, but I don't go all the way back like a year, 2 years, and things like that. And a lot of times those channels be having some really good content even a year ago. So I said, well, you know what, it do make sense to just go back. I mean, this is the second spool of magic cord that I got from the actual company, and I'm just now using this. That was a lot of cord using, wasn't it? I think I have another one down there. I think they sent me three. But anyway, you guys are going to start seeing some. You may look at it and say, I saw that. Yeah, but somebody else haven't seen it. And you will still get, new content. And I think, does this one have a big hole on it? And see, even like with this little stone right here, I wouldn't beat this using a 1 point. And if I did use the 1 millimeter cord for this, because it's not a heavy, heavy bead, but I wouldn't couple it with beads this size or bigger on 1 millimeter. So to use this little bead, because you see how small that hole is, I would use 1 millimeter cord, but then I would use probably small beads like these, so it wouldn't be weight. I still got these from Hobby Lobby, these, and I haven't used any of these yet. I think I'm gonna use some of these today. And then I got some more back over here I haven't used. I think I'm gonna use those today. Okay, so we are going to use this bead next. I really like these. I'm gonna have to paint some more of these. I just bought some more of these wood beads. I just haven't done anything with them yet. There's always 1,000 things to do. I know yesterday when I did the live, there was a question about, or maybe a comment about, that dark brown matches really good with that. There was a comment about if you doing wholesale or like white labeling or private labeling your events out for wholesale. The young lady was saying that, I forget who I was talking to, and I apologize for that, but she was saying that would be difficult to do. Like if it's you making all the product and it's you getting items together, and if the buyer wanted 500 items, she didn't say 500 items, but she was speaking in terms of a large quantity, like high volumes. And that's why I was saying, yeah, you got to have your inventory, you got to have your product. I like that already. You have to have your product ready, and you have to always be making, always be making, always be making, always be making. And it's no days off. It's almost like working a regular job. There's no days off unless you've taken PTO um, or vacation, or whatever time you have allotted to you to take those days off. That's the same thing with your own business, being an artisan and trying to sell your products and your designs and all that kind of stuff. There are no days off. In fact, it's more work. It's a lot more work. And then even before you think about doing wholesaling or white labeling, that is really pretty. Or white labeling, you really got to have everything pretty much situated and already set up before you even send out your first pitch letter, or if you're on fair.com or one of the other wholesale platforms, you have to even then, make sure, because you can have one of something. If you're just selling like a set, one set of this and one set of that, that's cool stuff too. And then that way, the buyer can buy a lot of those one sets if that's what they want to do. But if they're wanting, let's say, like maybe this bracelet and they want 50 of these, I better have 50 of these available if I put them on anywhere to sell. 50 of them better be sitting somewhere ready to be sold. So it is a lot of work, but it can be done just like we do with our regular jobs. It can be done. That's pretty. That is really pretty. So these are going to be really nice. And her thing is, as long as it's the cow print, she don't care what the design looks like, whatever. She just kind of trusts whatever I put together. And I like that. I don't I appreciate the fact that when I get the orders from these people, they're not difficult at all. Their whole thing is like, I trust your process. I trust what you do. Whatever it is that you do, that's what I want. But I would like the animal print. It's like, okay, I got you. No worries. So that's good stuff with all these. I don't really think I would want to be doing like custom orders, like, can you do it in purple and green and blue? And then can you do this and can you do that? That stunts my creativity. I really don't. I really don't like doing that. Every once in a while, I might do it like for a friend or a family member. They'll ask for a specific color. They might ask for something that they've seen me make. And they'll say, hey, well, can you do that for me? But I want it with orange instead of red. Like, I don't mind doing that for them. But, when it's a paid customer, I really don't like customizing. I try to stay far away from it. And I used to do a lot of that when I would make the leather and suede jewelry. It was real easy to do. And the thing is, I remember this one lady, I forget her name though, but man, when I tell you, she was a military wife. And I had did not that means anything outside of, she always would hook me up with all the military events, and like she would even set up in her house, and I would do jury parties in her house. Like she would literally set it up and invite people and all that kind of stuff. And I was like, oh wow, this is like really cool. But she would call me almost every weekend. She needed something red, she needed something blue, she needed something brown, she needed something, because she was always going places and always doing things, and they were always traveling and like all kind of stuff. And I was just like, wow, that's a trip. And when she told me that they were leaving San Diego, I was like, oh my God, right? No, you can't be. But she kept up with me for a little while when they moved, and she kind of fell off. I don't know what happened to her, but she would always call, and these are really pretty. She would always call and say, hey, well, I need a necklace, or hey, I need, because we're going to whatever. And her husband was, he was higher ranking and stuff. So they always did a whole lot of stuff. So she always needed something really nice. And I like that because she would always let me know when there was some military something going on and I could be a vendor. And she would say, okay, well, this one's like a real exclusive, da da da, but I already got you in. Can you do it? Do you want to do it? Yeah, I want to do it. And then to like set it up in her house for me, like she would have this whole little section, and she made it like a whole little event, right? So people would be there and they would be buying too. She had the food all laid out and they would be socializing. I know one time she was doing like a book club type situation. And when I got there, she had my little area already ready. And this was in her house, big, nice, beautiful home. Had my little area all set up, and they had a book club, so they would come. Nice, nice crowd of people, right? And they would always buy something. They would always buy something. I mean, like always. And I was like, oh wow, this is like really cool. I used to love that. But anyway, I really like these. And her thing is, as long as these are cow print, and this is what she's gonna get. So we're gonna have these two so far. And then we're going to keep these puppies rolling out. That is what we're going to. Got a busy day, busy, busy day. A whole lot of other stuff I need to be doing and working on and getting out of the way. And I think we're going to go with our the purple one. think we'll mix this with some red and see what this comes out looking like. Or maybe, you know what? I'm gonna use this one. I'm not gonna use this one yet. Let's use this one, and then we'll put the red on here. I like the way that looks, and I think these should match. Yep, a lot better. Yeah, that was really nice. I used to really have a nice time the way she just opened up her home to me, and she would always give free jewelry too. So I would always give her free jewelry. I would always sell, and I was just like, wow, that's really nice. You know, where somebody just say, you know what, Darlene, I could do I could do a house party for you. I'm like, what you mean a house party, ma'am? And she said, I could set everything up at the house for you and invite ladies over. She says, you know what, almost like the Avon. And I said, okay, well, you want to do that? And she definitely did that for me. It's like, wow, that was really nice. Shoot, I used to do, it was called the African American Women on Tour. That used to be in Plaza Bonita, and Maria Dowd, at the time her name was Maria. Maria Dowd used to be the organizer of that little event. And that was, I think we used to do Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. I want to say Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. I think we went probably Thursday nights and set up for Friday mornings because it was in the actual Plaza Bonita Mall. So you could, leave your items there. I'm thinking we did, yeah, because people came in, they had like art and like all kind of, I mean, some of the most beautiful stuff I ever did see. So it was Friday, I want to say Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So that those used to be 3 days event, 3 day events. And when I tell you, when I sold a pair of earrings for 40 something dollars, a pair of leather and suede earrings, and the prices just went up from there, I almost lost my mind. I'm like, oh my God, somebody is really paying me for these, right? Like really paying me for these. And I remember one day, wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 9, 10, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I remember it was an artist. I don't remember the artist's name though, but I remember when she sold a piece of art for $10,000. And I was like, oh my God, somebody actually bought it. Was a beautiful piece too. I'm like, man, somebody actually paid $10,000. And the lady was in a wheelchair. And I hate to be saying race, but she was a white lady. And she was in a wheelchair. She looked like a wealthy white lady too, right? I'm gonna just throw that out there. And she had paid $10,000, and I was like, "Oh my God, she just paid $10,000 for that painting." And it was beautiful too, right? And when I say the people that were there, the art, the decoration, the statues, like I mean, just it was some beautiful, beautiful pieces, like African American sculptures and just all kind of stuff. And I just remember the days, like wow, we used to have a good time. And I know them weekends, oh my God, when I tell you we made money, we made money. We did like really, really well. We couldn't wait every year. And then I think what happened, they stopped, I think she stopped doing it at Plaza Bonita. And then I think she started traveling with it, like going to different cities and states and stuff. I don't really know what happened. I don't know. I don't know what happened with that. I do know that I tried a couple of times through Etsy. Etsy has where they have it. I don't know if it's in y'all city or state, but I know Etsy do here in California, where you can go to the malls. They have days that you can go to the mall and set up just like what that African American tour thing used to do. Etsy does it too at the different malls, and I forget what they charge because you can do it by the days, Friday, Saturday, or Sunday. And I do know they do it at the different malls here in San Diego. But I was looking at pictures, and it don't look like a lot of people be coming out. I don't know. Maybe they do, but I just haven't. I did it a couple of times, and I did it at Plaza Bonita Mall only because it's a closer mall to me. So I did them Etsy maybe 3 times. I want to say about 3 times. About 3 times. And I didn't do bad. It wasn't where I wanted to go every time I look around, but it wasn't bad. Now these are gorgeous. So this is 3, and I am going to make some more. And I can probably, what time is it right now? I could probably get these shipped out today. Let me see what time it is. It's 10 o'clock, so I could probably get these made up real quick, and then I can get them all. And what I'll do is, like, once I make them all, I'm gonna take a picture. We'll take pictures and then send the pictures to the customer, and then all she has to do is say, "Yeah, I love them." And then I like to do that. Okay, this is what I'm sending. Do you like what they look like? All the one, two, threes, and they always say yes. So I'm gonna hopefully get these ready today, and I can get them shipped out today. Then that way she can get them. What's today? Wednesday. She'll probably get them Saturday, and then that way whatever she got going on. I do know this particular lady that I'm making these for. She's doing a Juneteenth event, actually a couple of Juneteenth events, in the month of June. So she said she wants the cow prints, and then she wants some black and white like this. But I don't have the black and white beads made, so she got to wait for that one. I'll probably do some today, maybe black and white. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and use the purple bead now, and then we got some purple wood beads. We're gonna go ahead and put these on the side. And then this is what this looks like so far. I wish I had a brighter bead I could put right here, but and because it's a bigger hole, I can't put just any bead right here. I need the bead to be a little bit big so it don't go through the hole. And it looks like the colors will match. So this is what we're gonna go with. As long as the colors blend in good together, I am good. I know a couple of people were telling me that they have shows coming up in the month of June and going beyond. That's good stuff. If you want to be out there and, doing shows, because some people are just very personable people, they're very lively people, very social people, and that's good stuff. If outside events, pop ups, and that good stuff, if that suits your personality, that's good stuff. That's really good stuff. That's like all of us have our what we are strong at doing. That's like with one lady, I was telling her that she's really good doing lives. And if I was comfortable doing lives, I would never not be doing a live. I would always be doing a live. But that's her strong suit, like doing lives like that. But for me, I'm stronger somewhere else, and it's not doing lives. I wish I could be doing that, but for some reason, 245, 2, 4, 5, 6. For some reason, I don't know, don't feel comfortable doing lives. And maybe if I did it more, I would be okay with it. But I don't know. And maybe it's just finding your rhythm too. Like once you do it and you keep doing it, it's almost like doing YouTube videos too, I would guess. Or maybe it's just because the aspect of selling. I don't know. I don't know what it is for me, but people that are able to do lives like that, I admire that about them. It's like that is like a strength or a skill or a confidence I wish I had, that I could be able to do that, like just lives and stuff like that, and just really be on camera all the time and selling stuff, and like really making that whole vibe happen. But well, we all have our, what we're comfortable doing. So that's good stuff. And I think at some point I probably will try to start doing lives. Um, but it's just deciding where to do the lives. Okay, so this is this one. And I do like the way that looks. I love how they all just blend together. Yeah, she should be happy with all these. So we're gonna So I'm going to go ahead and get all these finished. And then I will be back with some other videos later on today. But for right now, this is four of the order I got to get together. So I'm going to work on the rest of them. And guess what? We'll talk.